What is up, ladies and gentlemen? How are you guys doing today? Welcome to another exciting episode of Talk Inside the Ring! Ring! Let's ring that bell that'll lead us into today's topic. Alright, so, championship belts. We all love ourselves a good championship belt. Heck, my favorite championship belt design of all time is Impact Wrestling's very first ever championship that they actually created. Not when they were using the NWA, not saying that I have a problem with the 10 pounds of gold. That is a legendary championship. I give it great respect. No, ladies and gentlemen, I am here to actually talk about WWE's 24/7 championship. Now, before you all decide to click off the video or even come at me with pitchforks and torches and tomatoes, because everybody always brings those to throw at people for some odd reason. It's a weird thing. I'm here to talk about what I think would be an interesting idea to make the 24/7 championship a little bit more interesting. Now, I love R-Truth. Shoot, he is one of the funniest people in WWE today. He loves doing the comedy bit. He makes it work. I have no problem with that. I just figured, maybe we should do something a little bit different with the 24/7 championship to make it maybe a little bit more important, or like have something to spice up what's going on with it. Now, the 24/7 championship is actually this era's version of the Hardcore Championship, just, without the hardcore. And ironically, it was debuted by the Hardcore legend himself, Mr. ECW. Of course, some people would classify that with Rob Van Dam, but Mick Foley, Dude Love, Mankind, Cactus Jack, Mick Foley, the legend himself, debuts this championship on an episode of Monday Night Raw, and it's no doubt that it did spice things up for a little bit. You had we're going to be doing, someone's going to become the champion, and then they're going to get pinned right from the get-go, lose the title, and then someone else will get it, vice versa. Well, we have the longest running and most holder of the belt, R-Truth himself. Now, I'm not saying I have an issue with R-Truth being the 24/7 champion, but I think that we could actually do something to, as Mick Foley would say, tweak it a little bit. So let's travel to the year 2013, where we are at Impact Wrestling, which it was not the greatest at that time. Shoot, I honestly think that TNA's best years were from 2007 all the way until 2010. So there was a very interesting idea around this time, and entered the wrestler known as Austin Aries. Now, Austin Aries had proved himself multiple times for being a great wrestler in Impact Wrestling's history, also from Ring of Honor, and now he's back in Impact Wrestling. He was a great X Division champion. Hulk Hogan noticed, so they decided, hey, how about you have been the X Division champion either for so long or you are just such a great performer, we want to give you something. You can trade in the X Division Championship for a shot at the World Heavyweight Championship at the next pay-per-view against the champion at that time. Austin Aries did so, and if I remember correctly, he ended up actually becoming the champion. Which, if I'm wrong, let me know in the comments below. So here's what I'm thinking. Why don't WWE make the 24/7 Championship basically kind of like a Money in the Bank for the mid-card titles for the IC or the United States Championship? Now, I'm not saying get rid of Money in the Bank, because I'm like, wait, Money in the Bank is Money in the Bank. It has done so many great things. We've had so many good cash-ins. No, but why not give the mid-card titles a Money in the Bank of their own, but kind of do with the X Division Championship? Now, I know a lot of people are going to be like, well, it's a 24/7 champion. The 24/7 championship, that's going to kind of like devalue the titles, but I had a little bit of an alternative. They could say to R-Truth, you've held the championship so many times, but you've not held it for very long. Why not have it be they give R-Truth, or whoever the 24/7 champion is at that time, a kind of like a deadline. If you were able to hold on to this championship for a certain amount of time, you can trade it in for a shot at the United States Championship or the Intercontinental Championship, making, therefore, holding on to the 24/7 Championship a much more kind of tenseful moment. You'd have to be more prepared. It would give the 24/7 Championship much more meaning than it already has, and it would just, I think that would be something that could create a little more interesting value to the product of Monday Night Raw and WWE itself. You could have somebody who's held on to the 24/7 Championship for a certain amount of time, and they cash it in, and they'll be like, I am cashing in my opportunity to go after the Intercontinental Championship or after the United States Championship. You know, the Hurt Business, Bobby Lashley's United States Champion. You could have somebody who's held onto the 24/7 Championship for a certain amount of time be like, I have held onto this title for so long, I think I deserve a shot at the bigger title, so I'm coming after the U.S. or the Intercontinental Championship itself by trading in my 24/7 Championship reign. I think that could be something that could make even the mid-card titles a little bit more interesting. You know, that's just a little idea that I've been flirting around with. But in the comments below, what do you guys think about the whole fiasco? Should WWE do that? Should things just stay the same? What ideas do you have? I'd really like to know, guys. This has been another exciting episode of Talk Inside the Ring. Don't forget to hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much, and I'll see you next time.